and gentlemen, how about a warm round of applause for Miss Pauline Pangan?
We're going to talk about a smarter world where everyone and everything is connected. We're talking about digital, cloud computing, unthinkable computing power right at your fingertips. Social, millions, if not billions of conversation happening every day. They're talking about your brands, so you better be there with them. Mobile, for the first time in human history, as marketers, we were given the wonderful opportunity to be able to reach out to our customers anytime and anywhere. When we wake up, what's the first thing that we reach out for? Exactly. Internet of Things. Every step I take, as long as I have my handphone with me, it's being recorded. Everywhere I go, it's being tracked. If I wear my Fitbit, it tracks every heartbeat. Now, they have toothbrushes. It's finally shipped. Now you can track the brushes that you make, how many times in a day, and all of these things, all of these technology shifts and data is giving us an opportunity to be able to provide what customer wants, what they scream for, what they actually need. One fact remains. Your customer is in control. Welcome to the age of customer. Your customer, they are the boss, and they can fire you anytime they want when they take their business elsewhere. So you need to make sure that you're with them every step of the way and understand that they have unique needs. It's no longer about stereotyping them into demographics and gender. So what if you know that I'm female and 33 years old? That doesn't mean that you know what I want. That doesn't mean that if I know you, I prefer your brand. What's important to note is that there is a journey that you need to follow. You need to make sure that every step you are there, because if not, they can take their business elsewhere. Do they have choices? They're no longer just competing with the local competitors. It's no longer just about Smart and Globe. It's no longer just about BDO or BPI. We are in a market without borders because of e-commerce globally. And not just that, it's not just companies anymore. There's peer-to-peer, consumer-to-consumer. In order for us to be able to adapt, we need to be customer-obsessed. We need to be customer-focused. We need to be customer-driven. This is what we call a customer company. We need to accept that the lines have blurred between sales, marketing, and service. When I talk to you on your call center, and I reach out to you on your social media, you need to know that I have a problem that you need to solve. I am not a case number, I'm not a handle. The good news is that with this seamless interaction, frictionless interaction with your customer, it's not just beneficial to your customers, it's also beneficial to your business. Let's forget about the other figures over there. Let's just focus on the 15% revenue growth. I would love this more than anything. Let's talk about the future. By 2019, according to Accenture, CMOs will be spending 75% of their marketing budget in digital. What does digital mean? It means content, it means technology, it means IT infrastructure to be able to support your campaigns. What we've seen is that traditional advertising is being shifted away from mass communication to one-to-one customer journey. Digital is king. It takes the lion's share of marketing dollars. Over the last 10 years, we've seen that digital spend has increased to 21%, and as you can see, the traditional advertising has decreased. Do you guys have any objections with these trends that we're seeing? Or can you guys understand why this shift is happening? Digital gives us more metrics. Billboards, it's all about mass communication. TVC, I'm not saying let's not do them anymore, but we just need to rethink where we put our marketing dollars. When we drive, we may be stuck in traffic in this country a lot, but when I'm stuck in traffic, I'm not looking at the billboards, I'm looking at my phone. When you're at home, I don't even watch TV anymore. Do you guys still watch TV? How much money are we spending on that TVC? That people are on Netflix now or streaming online. The good news is that social leaps ahead as an ROI creator. So how do brands succeed with a new social customer? I've talked about this. You need to be customer obsessed, customer driven. You cannot be just focused on channel. It has to be a consistent, seamless experience in all of the touch points. You need to know them as a customer, and you need to be able to connect that dots. How long has this customer been your customer? What are their preferences? You can't just stop with your CRM database. You need to tie it with your social media community, where they give you all of their preferences, when they give you all of their interests, when they give you what they think about your brand. And you need to be timely and relevant. You need to give them the right message at the right time, when they want it. I give you the top 5 social strategies of high-performing companies globally. Number 1, you need to break down all of the silos. Social media marketing is not just a marketing function. It has to be cross-functional between sales, service, and marketing, even HR and recruitment. Social marketing that meets service and sales has seen a massive growth in terms of their ROI. And these are the numbers that prove it. Number 2, you need to rethink social metrics as business metrics. We've got a lot of social metrics to think about. Reach, interactions, engagement. These are all very important. The number of likes that you get. These are all very important. But it doesn't stop there. You need to find new ways to measure social as part of business. Web traffic from social, leads from social. How many people bought the product because of social, because of the social content that you guys worked hard on? And then their share of voice and sentiments. How can social media help us save more money? Is it a big deal? Is it important? Aside from the fact that your customers don't want to call your call center anymore, it's what the customers prefer. It's actually very beneficial to your business. Social customer service is 41% cheaper than your traditional call center. How is that possible? Social agents are able to handle 4 to 8 times more issues in an hour than your traditional call center. Call deflecting, it's able to reduce your call volumes by 30%. And it's able to increase customer retention by 3 to 5%. A lot of people like me would not bother to call the call center. I'll just be switching provider. I think most of you would agree with that because it takes time. But if you can resolve my issue online without disrupting my day-to-day life, then you retain me as a customer. Everything starts with listening. In any relationship, customer, love, it's important to listen because listening helps you understand the other person, the customer. Is it good to listen online? Do you think it's worth the investment? Yes. Okay, I'm going to give you some examples to be able to prove to you that it's a good investment. When you do listening online, you can't just listen for your brand. You need to listen to your competition. What are they doing? What campaigns are they doing? What do your employers think about you as a company? Your employees are complaining about you online. You need to be able to track that because it hurts your brand. They have an average of 500 to 1,000 friends and they're complaining about your brand where they should be an advocate. You need to think, you need to listen for product insight and customer experience. 2 years ago, we did a deep dive in the banking industry, financial industry, and these are the insights that we've learned. So, Filipinos, a day or two after payday, think about being rich. So you can see the word cloud, and they also think about saving. So during the period, 3-day period between salary day and after salary day, they think, I want to save. Now, as a banking company, do you think it will be smart for you to sell them more products during the time they are already talking about being broke? No. What should you do? Talk to them about investing. Talk to them about saving. Talk to them about loans. These are probably the time that they will be listening to you. This is when your message will stick. But you gotta listen. You gotta start understanding how your customers think. And this is what social listening gives you, these kinds of insights. It's not just about share of voice, it's about the industry mentions and behavior. There's just a massive explosion of content online. And you're no longer just competing with the other brands. You're competing with friends, with news, with sports, with TV shows globally. How do you make sure that your content sticks? The good news is that social is still a huge driver in terms of advertising. There are a lot of tools that you can use in order to make sure that your ads are targeted. You can use, like what I said earlier, native on Facebook. Last but not the least, create executive buy-in and cross-company alignment. In my 5 years of being in this business, the number one barrier that I've seen a lot of marketers face is that there's no executive buy-in. How do you get executive buy-in? Are you experiencing this where you really want to do something on social? You know, being the amazing digital marketers you are, but there's just no support. Where is the budget coming from? Executives. So you need to appreciate that in order for amazing things to happen in your organization, you gotta have the buy-in. Did you guys watch TV5 or ABS-CBN during the election? Great. So command center has been used during the election for the first time, where they use this in order to give updates about what's happening in terms of the election. So it shows you everything. It shows you the share of voice. It shows you the positive and negative sentiment. And what's good about this is that it's real time. It just shows you data the moment it comes in. And if you show these data to executives and cross-functional team, then they know, yes, there is a problem. Yes, our sentiments are negative. Yes, people are complaining about our brand. Yes, we have a crisis. Then they know that we need to do something. So companies globally like Gatorade, Dell, they've invested heavily in terms of data. They have a control center. They have a command center screen. This is what we have in our office. I'm also obsessed with data. I make sure that my employees look at it when we're handling a brand. These are the screens. Again, it's live, it updates. Every 5 seconds, it refreshes. It shows you sentiment over time. It shows you trend lines. It shows you your competitors. It shows you where in the world are the tweets happening. Where in the world are the mentions coming from? It shows you the mentions, the word cloud. And if you have social customer service tied with your CRM, it shows you the number of cases being handled. How many days on average is it being closed? It shows you the top agents managing the case. If you have an email marketing campaign, it shows you the data as well. If you have journey for every touch point with your email campaigns and mobile campaigns, it shows you that as well. So in order for you to get executive buy-in, show them the data. Show them the numbers. Number 2, you need to know where you're going. You need to understand what your strengths are as an organization. This is what we call a digital media maturity vision. It tracks where you are through a workshop and where you want to go. I think the number one deterrent for us to progress with our maturity is not understanding where we are. And what do we track in order to get this? What about your staff? How suitably skilled are they? What about your customer journey? What about the people? What about technology? What's available? What are the available technology that you can already use? So it looks at the whole organization and figure out what are our low-hanging fruit. What are the things that we need to focus on? What are the things that we need to invest on? You cannot manage what you can't measure. With a digital maturity assessment, it gives organization that proactive approach rather than a knee-jerk approach when something happens. When you start social listening, I've seen this happen to a lot of companies, you'll realize that you need to engage. When you realize you need to engage, you'll realize you need a social playbook, social media playbook. What are the things that we need to respond to? When you realize that you need a social media playbook, you need a social crisis playbook. If you have a digital maturity assessment from the beginning of all of your digital engagement, you already know it's not a knee-jerk approach, but rather a proactive approach of where you want to go. And you can go as you please, as fast as you want. This will give your executives a confidence that you know what you're doing. So, what can you do? 5 things today. I'm not going to read it. I'm going to ask you all to read it. Can you please read number 1? Connect social to your business strategy. Number 2? Number 3?
Everything starts with actionable listening.
Number 4?
Combine content marketing with paid social.
Lastly?
Get executive buy-in across company.
Cross-company alignment.
I hope you learned something today. I still have so much to share. The time is limited, but I'll be here. We have question and answer. If I'm not able to answer your questions today, please approach us. You can connect with me, Pauline at allfamous.com. Share with me your thoughts. What do you think of my presentation? If you have questions, I'm happy to connect with you so we can help you. Thank you very much and have a great afternoon.